Hello, it's Etan Rosenblum, and I am walking around the beautiful Exposition Park Rose Garden. This has been just a wonderful place for Los Angelinos to find quiet moments of repose and walk around and take their wedding photographs and just generally chill and stop and smell the roses, as it were, since it opened in 1928. So this garden has 19,000 rose bushes, and they're planted in 166 beds, and it looks very similar to how it did back when it opened in the late 20s. Now, this wasn't always this beautiful or this planted. In fact, up through the turn of the 20th century, this was part of a racetrack that was part of a fairgrounds called Agricultural Park. Now, around the turn of the century, there was an effort to turn this into a city-owned area for recreation. So Agricultural Park became Exposition Park, and now we know Exposition Park as the home of the Natural History Museum, but this used to be just a big dirt patch. And even during the transformation of Exposition Park from Agricultural Park in the 19-teens, this area was sort of like a sunken, grassy area. So there were a couple of walkways, there were a few trees, but it wasn't until 1921 when some flower enthusiasts decided that they wanted to have a flower show right here. So they started planting flowers and some of the trees, and that was the beginning of it all. 1926, 1927, two dudes from the American Rose Society began landscaping what would become the rose garden that you see today. So it took a whole lot of work. City workers had to remove about 8 inches of topsoil and replace it with leaf mold and nutrient-rich dirt from the canyons around Griffith Park. And they got most of the roses, thousands and thousands of them, donated from local nurseries and planted them. In addition, since 1940, the All-American Rose Selection, which is a consortium of rose enthusiasts, has given its Rose of the Year to the garden here to plant. Now, there have been some additions to the park since it was originally opened in the late 20s. So this sculpture, Repose by Carolyn A. Lloyd, was added in 1946. There's actually another sculpture in the gazebo just south of here called Poise. That one was actually stolen, and now it's just a pair of feet. These Grecian relief sculptures right here, just north of the park, these were created in the early 30s in the lead up to the Olympics that took place in Los Angeles in 1932. But other than that, things pretty much are here the way that they were back when it opened in 28. Thanks for doing LA with me.